Good morning, everyone. Today is the 22nd of April, Tuesday. We're looking at a fairly positive upward swing yesterday. Remember, I had talked about how we would likely stay in this, moderate upward channel. Let me kind of draw it. Oh, by the way, this is the Plan Your Trade video for Tuesday. I have been talking about how we're probably going to stay kind of in this range for a couple of weeks, in the sense that, I expected this deep low and rebound to play out into the chance that we'd be up in the 530, 535, 540 area. We got there, back over here in this week. We never got up in the 550, 560 area to close this gap. This is still possible to close this gap up here. But I'm not, I'm expecting the markets to continue to trade sideways into around this 25th, 28th area before really breaking downward into that May 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th low. So in reality, guys, I'm playing the chop. It's pretty much what it is right now. Today, yeah, I am. I had a question today from a member, and today we have a breakaway in counter trend mode. So trend is obviously bearish. We're in a downtrend. It looks like today and possibly tomorrow could get a nice little rally to the upside. That gives us the potential that we could stay, in this area and potentially roll upward up into this area, 530, 540, maybe a little higher before we roll over. And that would put us around, today's Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe into Thursday, up into this 530, 540 area. And then, like I said, I would be preparing for a short down here to the downside. In fact, I'm already in a short as of last Thursday. I picked up some profits on it here. It's a good short position. It's a midterm short position. Picked it up near the highs on Thursday over here. And so, again, what I'm going to be doing with my trades, I got some long trades yesterday off the low. They're playing out very well. Again, that was an excess phase peak pattern that played out back over here, it looks like. Yeah, here's essentially where I bought. You can see I bought in this area first, back over in the 512 strike price. And it rolled up a little bit of profit and rolled down, and I exited out right about there. Took about a $200, $250 loss. Then I loaded back in the 510 area, back in this area, and we've got now a move up to 518.55, a pretty good buy. But it was again off of that excess phase peak pattern that's set up right here. So you can see right here, this is hourly. I saw this yesterday. We got the peak. What caught my attention was this consolidation right here and this breakdown. As soon as I saw this consolidation and this breakdown, and remember, this is going back, to April 10th, 11th. Then I started looking for the peak and the flagging and the breakdown into consolidation, the ultimate low. I took a look at the pattern. We've got very clean structure off of this low. This was the low yesterday. That's the ultimate low, in my opinion, and I thought this would be a good time to try to buy, knowing that I had positioned back here on Thursday, literally, really back in this area off these highs for a sell. So I positioned back up over here off of a high for a sell, and the market's rolled down beautifully, 4 percentage points overnight. And now I was looking for a buy off of this low, and I was really only trying to target about the 50% area, about 525, 526, about a 3% rally, and looks like we're going to get there today. So where would I be tomorrow? Tomorrow, if we get the little flagging, which looks like we're getting right now, right over in this area, then tomorrow I would be looking for, so here's our bottom coming up, potential flagging. We'll see if that sets up. into ES. Then we would get a breakaway potentially up into this area, 530, 535. And if my analysis is correct, we could push up into this area for the ultimate high. And then that's the case that we would then around the 25th, 26th, that's Friday, that's perfect. This is then the area that I am now looking to try to sell. So remember, I'm kind of leading this trend. I'm kind of leading this trend forward. I get into my shorts over here, expecting the market to go down. I'm going to hold these shorts because they carry all the way out to May 17th. Now I picked up a little hedge position, short-term trade, meaning for, every dollar I make risk on the upside here with these shorts, I'm going to go ahead and have maybe $2 or $3 to the upside, which is just what I want. I'll ride this up as strong as I can, take the profits, deal with the heat from these positions, or maybe just get out of them today if I can. And then I will load up on shorts back over here. So giving me the opportunity to really ride this trend. Now, the dollar is moving slightly higher, actually a little lower yesterday. We have the NASDAQ up today, the S&P up today. I am, again, looking for an uptrend today, possibly into tomorrow, maybe into Thursday. And then, like I said, I think at that point, Friday, the 25th, and the 28th could be the end of our move. I think we could be moving into this big crush pattern, bottom pattern here, major crush pattern on the second. I think that could be a very big downward move. So I'm not overly aggressive to the upside. I mean, to be honest with you guys, I will be, actively pulling profits right in this area. There's no reason for me not to pull profits in this area simply because I would be stupid to give up 100, 120% gain on a couple of short-term call options where my put options from back over here will end up being, negative, slightly negative. But remember, I am then going to be potentially looking at where this top sets up and how to load up on some puts to get down here into that big downside move and just wait it out. That's where the big opportunity here is, not to try to catch the last little bit of this rally when we get over here, although you could. The big opportunity is set up for those puts, pick them out May 16th, May 25th, maybe June 1st, 2nd, and try to catch that big breakdown. Okay, so am I bullish right now? Yes. I think we're going to get a bit of a pullback. I think this breakaway today in counter trend, rally tomorrow, carry over, and maybe inside breakaway on Friday is going to carry the markets up into this, 54.80, 55.20 area on the SPY. That would be up into the 540, 550, maybe up in the 560 area, and then peak out and roll down. We'll see how it plays out. Remember, we're down here at 518, and 2, 3, 4 days to get up into this 540, 545, 550 area. We'll see what happens. It does look like the markets want to move a bit higher. So with the QQQ, we're looking for the same thing. Okay. Wow. Where did all these lines come from? Yeah, I know it was me. So get rid of some of these suckers. There was the potential flagging. There's the move down. I have no idea what that was. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. That. Oops. Good enough. So where we're at with this, like I said, we've got the same setup. The excess phase peak here, breaking down into first stage consolidation tariff consolidation. That sets up our low here. We have resistance here. We have upper resistance here. And now where we're at off of this breakdown phase, we got a very large consolidation range, pretty much between here and here. So intermediate consolidation range between this level here and this low suggests we're going to try to stay into this lower area, but we could, ladies and gentlemen, we could break up into this upper area. Do this a little differently. Could break up into this upper area before we roll down into those May lows. Okay, so there's nothing saying that price has to stay in this lower channel. I would think that it would attempt to, because this being such a predominant high. But I want you to also understand that there's nothing wrong with moving up into this broader consolidation. It just means we have more extended volatility. So now where I'm at with the patterns again is moderately bullish. Looking for a move kind of back up into this area, maybe up into this area. Only going to be 3, 4, 5 days, maybe to the upside. This is a pretty good washout low. And it's again very cleanly within the Fibonacci level. You can see here, this is below the 618, coming down into this area, really back into the 50 and 382. And if we come down into this low, you can see that we've touched the 618. We're back at the 50 level, which is where we're at right now, and moving up into this, 450, 455 or higher area, puts us into a pretty solid range. So I don't see any reason why we couldn't be up into the 558, maybe up into the 458, 470 area on the QQQ. It's really, it's a matter of this area here potentially acting as the next zone of resistance, kind of right there. And then, of course, this area here acting as the zone of support. So, again, I don't see any reason why the markets couldn't roll within these zones right here without any problems trying to find areas to trade. So it's a wide range, volatile, sideways move. Okay. Gold and silver are stalling a bit. Silver is making a little move. And, I highlighted this flag. I'll highlight again this flag coming across here. And coming across here. We're getting a lot of sideways volatility here. We can count this as A, B, C, D, E, looking for that breakout. I would love to see that. Silver is very constrained compared to gold, which has rallied 200, 250 bucks in the last couple of days. I mean, it's a big rally. We were down here at $3,000, breaking above $3,000 about a week and a half ago. Now we're breaching 3,500. That's a pretty good size move, guys. And for gold to move 500 bucks up and silver to stay, I mean, silver has moved higher from 31 up to 32, but it's just not the breakout that I had expected. I think we're looking at a pretty big move here in silver coming up, and I think gold is going to stall out. Now, how far will gold come down? Don't know. Will it stall out forever? No. If we were to look at this from these lows here up into here, ideally this 3380, 3370 area, right where I've highlighted here, could become very important. Could be a great buy trigger here. Anything below basically this level anything in that level would probably be a pretty good buy trigger for gold. Now, how low will it go? I don't know. I look at this as one big move. So if I were to take a look at this load here to here, again, from the 618 level, that puts us into this low here. And I would say anything down in this area would be a good buy. So basically 33.75 to 33.25, anywhere in that zone would be a pretty good buy for the next big move for gold. And remember, I keep telling you, gold is going straight up. Okay. I mean, I don't know how to explain this to you. I've talked about this for months and months and months and months. Gold is going straight up. If you are missing this move in gold and you have not figured out that you should take a position and just let it ride for maybe 20, 25 days, I need you to understand that gold is going to make a very, very big move. I keep telling you that the next stalling point here is, probably 46, 4,500. And then the move above that's going to be to about 52, 5,500. And then the move above that's going to be about 7,300. And then the move above that's going to be up to about 9,950. And it keeps going. This is one of the biggest opportunities of your life. In fact, I did videos about this, 4 or 5 years ago. The biggest opportunity of your life is right now to trade. And, I hate to say it, but, I literally started marketing, my business around the concept of the next 3 to 5 plus years are going to be the biggest opportunity of your life. And that was back in 2022, 2023. And look at where we're at. I mean, the S&P, so look here. This will be a lot of fun. Back here in 2022, the market's collapsing. A lot of you guys started following back over here. But look, we've gone from 259 up to 540. We've doubled in 2.5 years. Doubled on the QQQ. Now, what if I told you that the next move is going to double again from basically 450 up to 950 or 1,000? And then what if I told you then that, well, we're going to double again? What if I told you that we're going to consolidate and double again? Would you believe me? Ask yourself, why would this happen? Why would we move into such a strong parabolic uptrend over the course of 4 or 5 years? Well, it's the secrets in the sauce, into what's going on, generational cycles, and more. Okay, oops, I'm almost out of time. So enough of this. We'll talk about that later. Bitcoin, I'm back over here. Auto scale. Stay agile. Yes, stay agile. All right, where we're at with Bitcoin, we're moving up away from the breakaway channel. In fact, let me come back over here. Where's my main? Nope. There we go. btcusd. So you see how we're breaking up into this upper channel onto Bitcoin. So we could be starting that breakaway move. We could be moving into hedging. We could see Bitcoin try to rally above this upper consolidation range and move back into that flagging channel range. And again, anything that happens in Bitcoin where hypothetically we move up into this area, potentially stall out, and then roll back down is still valid. This is all still valid. This whole area is all valid price movement in this current phase. We have to get above this level here, this 108 level, to go bullish. We have to go below this 76,000 area to go bearish. If we do move into invalidation, meaning we get above this level here, this is the first stage of potential invalidation. This means we've left the consolidation range. Now we would be potentially checking out the potential for an upside move. I don't know that we're going to get there. I certainly wouldn't want to go short in this mode here, although you could take a small short position indicating that this upper resistance area may hold true. But again, Bitcoin has played out, it's consolidated, it's indicating we have new highs. So at this point, short term, Bitcoin is indicating bullish trending and is potentially moving into an invalidation phase. Okay, that is pretty powerful. We'll see how it holds up. We got to get above that 89,000, call it 89,500. And if we get above that 89,500, then, like I said, we're going to start looking at these ranges here, pretty much from here to here, going up, and start watching these Fibonacci levels on the way up, because this becomes somewhat invalidated. Now, like I said, there's no reason why we couldn't go up here, roll up into this invalidation zone, fail, and roll right back down into this downward channel. There again, so price is the ultimate dictator. Right now, price is moving higher. It's in a bullish trend. We are not out of this consolidation range yet. Could be within a day or two, but we're not there yet. And once we get out of that consolidation range, that's when we now have to start playing kind of an A or B type of scenario with the trade. Personally, right now, I would not try to short Bitcoin. I would let this play out a little bit, maybe take a small long if the volume looks like it's going to continue to the upside. But again, we're going to get up into this area. Looks like maybe the 93 area, probably the 89,000 area easy. But we need to watch for failure before it rolls back down. Okay, I'm going to come back over here. 22. Oops, got to go. Time limit on these videos. Okay, get some today. Talk to you later.